November retains its name from the Latin novem, meaning 9, when January and February were added to the Roman calendar. November is a month of late spring in the southern hemisphere and late autumn in the northern hemisphere. Scorpio is associated with three different animals: the scorpion, the snake, and the eagle or phoenix. Scorpio personality is often misunderstood due to their intensity to be harsh. However, Scorpios are extremely emotional and crave intimacy. They also have lots of positive qualities that make them great friends and successful people overall. Sagittarius are optimistic, lovers of freedom, fair-minded. They are spontaneous and fun, usually with a lot of friends, and are perhaps the best conversationalists in the zodiacs, maybe tied with Gemini. November's birthstone is the topaz, particularly yellow, which symbolizes friendship. The ancient Romans believed that topaz provided protection from danger while traveling. During the Middle Ages, it was believed that attaching the topaz to the left arm protected the owner from any curse and warded off the evil eye. It was also believed that wearing topaz increased body heat, which would enable people to relieve a cold fever. In Europe in the Middle Ages, topaz was believed to enhance mental powers. Chrysanthemums, sometimes called mums or chrysanth, are flowering plants. They are native to East Asia and northeastern Europe, and the center of diversity is in China. The first chrysanthemum were cultivated in China centuries ago. It has appeared in ancient Chinese writings early as 15th century BC and was used as an herbal remedy. Various colors symbolize other important meanings as well. Red symbolizes love and deep passion. Yellow symbolizes neglected love or sorrow. White symbolizes loyalty and honesty. And violet symbolize a wish to get well. All Saints' Day, also known as All Hallows' Day, the Feast of All Saints or Solemnity of All Saints, is a Christian festival in honor of all the saints known and unknown. November 1st is also the day before All Souls' Day. In the Western Christian practice, the liturgical celebration begins at Vespers, or is a sunset evening prayer service in the Orthodox, Roman Catholic, Eastern Catholic, Anglican, and Lutheran liturgies of the canonical hours on the evening of October 31st and ends at the close of November 1st. All Souls' Day, also known as the commemoration of all the faithful departed and the Day of the Dead, is a day of prayers and remembrance for the souls of those who have died, which is observed by some Christian denominations. In some countries, like in the Philippines, All Saints' Day is a public holiday, but All Souls' Day is not. Consequently, people visit graves and conduct other All Souls' Day practices on All Saints' Day instead. Filipinos traditionally observe this day by visiting the family dead to clean and repair their tombs, offering of prayers, flowers, candles, and food. Chinese Filipinos additionally burn incense and kim, or spirit money. Many also spend the day and ensuing night holiday reunions at the cemetery with feasts and merriment. Abraham Lincoln was elected as the 16th U.S. President and the first Republican. He received 180 of 303 possible electoral votes and 40% of the popular vote. Wilhelm Conrad Roentgen was a German mechanical engineer and physicist who produced and detected electromagnetic radiation in a wavelength range known as X-ray or Roentgen rays, an achievement that earned him the first Nobel Prize in Physics in 1901. Puerto Rico is an island in the Caribbean Sea that was discovered by Christopher Columbus in 1493 during his second voyage to the New World. In 1898, after the Spanish-American War, Puerto Rico became a part of the United States. Puerto Ricans have been citizens of the United States since 1917. Charles Darwin was an English naturalist, geologist, and biologist best known for his contributions to the science of evolution. Darwin published his theory of evolution with a compelling evidence in his 1859 book on the origin of species. By the 1870s, the scientific community and a majority of the educated public had accepted evolution as a fact. The first imperial diet was opened in Japan, consisting of a House of Peers and a House of Representatives. National Donut Day is one of two observed by donut lovers across the nation. The first Friday in June is the other day. History disputes the origin of the donut. One theory suggests Dutch settlers brought donuts to North America, much like they brought other traditional American desserts. Hanson Gregory laid claim to inventing the ring-shaped donut in 1847. He was on board a lime trading ship, only 16 years old at that time. Gregory claims he punched a hole in the center of dough with the ship's tin pepper box. Later, he taught the techniques to his mother. You can celebrate the Donut Day and enjoy the different shapes and fillings by sharing them to your loved ones and friends. Hug a Bear Day is the history of stuffed animals goes back a long ways. Some archaeological evidence suggests as far as ancient Egypt. The teddy bear came about in 1902. A story goes that American President Theodore Teddy Roosevelt was hunting and refused to shoot a baby bear they came across. Since that day, the teddy bear has stood as the childhood toy that is given to almost every child. The term teddy was even derived from the name of this self-same president. Grab your teddy bear and give it a good squeeze, or if you don't have any stuffed animals, hug and squeeze someone in your life who would enjoy some squeezing. World Kindness Day was introduced in 1998 by the World Kindness Movement, a coalition of nations' kindness NGOs. It is observed in many countries including Canada, Australia, Nigeria, and United Arab Emirates. Singapore observed the day for the first time in 2009. Italy and India also observed the day, the same in the UK. World Kindness Day is to highlight good deeds in the community, focusing on the positive power and the common thread of kindness which bind us. Thanksgiving is a national holiday on various dates. In the United States, Canada, Brazil, Grenada, St. Lucia, and Liberia, and subnational entities Leiden, Norfolk Island, and Puerto Rico. It began as a day of giving thanks and sacrifice for the blessing of the harvest and of the preceding year. Although Thanksgiving has historical roots in religions and cultural traditions, it has long been celebrated as a secular holiday as well. Black Friday is an informal name for the Friday following Thanksgiving Day in the United States. The day after the Thanksgiving has been regarded as the beginning of the Christmas shopping season since 1952. Although the term Black Friday did not become widely used until more recent decades. Every month of the year has its own beauty. We should be thankful for it while spending each month with our friends and loved ones, especially during the COVID-19 pandemic.